So now third one is single. We can call it as a singleton. Draw the diagram. Listen, in instance management, single is there, we'll call it as a singleton. And in this diagram here you can see 3 clients and one WCF service is there. 3 clients and one WCF service. So here, if multiple clients communicating with the service, then for multiple clients only one instance will be used. And that one instance will be used for next requests and responses between the client and WCF service. Like for example, consider that WCF service and client application. WCF service and client application both are hosted in IIS web server. Consider that WCF service is hosted in IIS. Website is also in IIS web server. So we didn't discuss about IIS hosting. In next classes I'll tell. Okay. So in real time when you work with the projects, so your WCF service, your ASP.NET website or ASP.NET website, both will be hosted in IIS web server. Okay. After both are hosted in IIS, then one client will be there, like one user, first user, we can say lucky user. So after hosting is over, one lucky user will be there, first user, first fellow. So he will open the browser and he will give the website address. So when you give the website address, the page will be loaded, all this will happen. If that page is working with the WCF service, whatever page the client is accessing, if that page is working with the WCF service, then instance will be created. For the first client, for the first lucky user who is accessing the service, for the first user, instance will be created. And that instance will be used by the next clients also. If this client is sending first request, instance is created. For second request, same instance will be used. For third request, same instance. If another user also says, I also want to access, this user also will send the request. And the instance will be used. Third client accessing. So, if 3 clients are there, for all the 3 clients, only one instance will be used. So, this is good or bad? Huh? See, 3 clients are accessing same instance. Is it good or bad? Why here, some cases it will be good only, because only one instance will be used by 3 clients or 1000 clients. Less memory will be used. But when you are working with per session, for every client one instance. If 1000 clients are there, 1000 instances. If 10,000 clients are there, 10,000 instances. So there will be more burden on the server. But here, for any number of clients, only one instance will be used. But here we cannot store user specific information. Here we cannot store username, account number, credit card number, PIN number, we cannot store. Because other clients are also accessing the same instance. So in this case, when we have to go with this is, whenever you want to share common data to all the clients connected to the service. Whenever you want to share common data to all the clients connected to the service, then we have to use a single. Okay. So when we say common data means it can be advertisement or it can be news, breaking news, or it can be image, or it can be weather report, or it can be any news which is common to all the clients accessing the service. So when they access the website, and if you want to display some news, or if you want to show some data, whoever accesses the website, then by using singleton it is done. So whenever you want to share common data to all the clients accessing the website, then in that case, then single can be used. So here I am saying per session and single is there here. So when we say per session, it is similar to session object in ASP.NET. And now here we are using single. Single means it is similar to application object in ASP.NET. Okay, application object in ASP.NET, what it will do? So session object is for one specific session, one specific user. Application object is for multiple sessions, and it can be accessed by multiple users. Application, when you store any data in application object, it can be accessed in multiple sessions, and it will be used by multiple users. Whichever user is opening the website, that user can access application object values. But here, when you work with single, it will work in the same way. When you store values in, when the data is stored in this instance using single, then this information can be accessed in multiple sessions, and it can be used by multiple users. Multiple users means, see here session means, here single means it will be used in multiple sessions, and it will be used by multiple users. Multiple users means multiple clients. Right description. When multiple clients communicating with one WCF service, then when the first client send first request to the service, then instance will be created. Then that instance will be used by next requests and responses, next requests and responses, from the same client, and other clients accessing the service. It is used to share common data to all the clients accessing WCF service. Common data can be news, advertisements, images, etc. Okay, theory part is completed. So now we'll see the example using instance management. Right, example 10. See, in example 10, we'll see very simple example. We'll take numbers and we'll see how it is going to work. So this instance management will use it in message patterns, and also in transactions also we'll discuss. So as I told that, we'll see exceptions. So after instance management is completed, we'll discuss about exceptions. After that, message patterns. In message patterns, instance management is used, and in transactions also we'll use instance management. Okay. So here I'll select file, new project, and here Visual C#, and here I'll select WCF, then service library. In last three examples we have used self-hosting. Self-hosting means we'll create a DLL file, all this will be done. Okay. And here we'll use service library, and in exceptions we'll use a service application. So you may think that we are not using service application. Service application we'll use in exceptions examples. In message patterns examples also we'll use it. Now here I'll select service library, and here WCF example 10 is given, and here location is 4 p.m. WCF is given. Listen here, iService 1 is there here, interface with one abstract method, int get value is given here, int get value is given. So this function will returns integer value it will return. Okay. And here implementation class is there, and here we are using service behavior attribute here. So in interface we used to use service contract, operation contract. Service contract we are using it for interface, operation contract for method. Now first time we are using attribute for the class, service behavior. So this is used to specify the internal execution behavior of the service. It is used to specify how it should internally work, internally it should execute. So in this we are writing instance context mode. This is a property name, and here we are giving instance context mode dot single is given. So instance context mode is enum or enumeration, and single is given here. Single is a name or element. Name or element we are using here. So now here I'll change this option, single is given, and now here you can see the options here, per call, per session, and single is given. So here I am using single here, single is given. Single means we will call it as a singleton. Singleton means one object will be used by multiple clients, one instance will be used by multiple clients. And now here we are giving static int s equal to 0. Static int s equal to 0 means s initialized with 0. Here why we are giving static is when client is sending multiple requests to the services. Multiple requests. So while sending request and getting the response, then s will store default value, stores default value here. Okay. And here if I am not using static, when client send request, response will be received. After that s will be 0. Whatever value we give, 1 or 2 or 3, it will not be there. Whenever you give the request, client gives the request, and when response is received, then it will be initialized with 0 only. To maintain the value between request and responses between client and service, then we can use this static keyword. And here we are using public int getVal and s plus plus, and return s is given here, return s is given. So here in getVal function we are giving like this, s plus plus, return s. So first time when the function is called, then s equal to s plus 1, 0 plus 1, 1, then 0 plus 0 plus 1, again 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 1, 3, all these will be there.